Check, check.
We ready?
Oh, yep, I can hear you now. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready to go. So just put the button bar in 2, send it to us when you're ready.
Then. Yep.
To our game of the week, brought to you by Boulevard Home. It's the Super Regionals game 2 here from Desert Hills High School. The Thunder and the Reds about ready to face off here. Thunder got the win in game 1, an 8-7 win, pretty close, as the Reds made a big comeback through the 6th inning to tighten it up, but it wasn't quite enough. The Thunder able to get that last out, number 3, to move on and get the win in game number 1. Caden Formaster here on the broadcast with you alongside Keith Curtis as well. Keith, we ready for a good afternoon baseball game?
Oh, you bet I'm ready. It's a beautiful day. We don't have a cloud. Well, there's one cloud in the sky, and you couldn't ask for anything better. It's about 80 degrees, light breeze. Just a beautiful day for some baseball.
Yeah, and the Reds taking the field right now to get warmed up with this action going on here today. We appreciate you guys joining us on the broadcast, and remind you that this game is brought to you on the radio on the Fan Sports Network at 99.5 or 95.3 here in St. George, 93.1 in Cedar. You can also go watch this game live as well with our friends at region10sports.tv. So catch those games over there on their YouTube channel and the fansportsnetwork.com. So, well, we appreciate you joining us on the broadcast here today as we just about to get underway in the next few minutes. Now, again, yesterday, it did end up being a close one, but the first few innings, Keith, it was all Desert Hills early. The bats were really going for Desert Hills, able to get it rolling, and the defense doing what they need to do, but really it was Landon Musgrave, 11 strikeouts to 17 batters through the first 5 innings.
Yeah, I was kind of following the game yesterday, off and on, and then I saw him get up a little bit early, then I tuned in, and he had just thrown his 10th and 11th strikeouts, and I thought, oh man, this thing's over. And next thing I know, I tuned back in a little later, and it's a 1-run ball game. So I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen, but man, that was quite the comeback by the Reds. And you know, we'll probably see that same gritty team here as they're on the brink of elimination here this afternoon.
Yeah, you're going to expect a lot of fight coming out of this Reds team. They definitely don't want to be going home empty-handed. They want to make sure that they can lock in a spot for the bracket play. But hey, the Thunder want to protect that as well, and they definitely have everything they need going in their favor with getting win number 1. So the way that this is going to be set up today, bringing you, of course, game number 2 of the series. If the Reds do win, it'll be about a half-hour break in between, and then it'll go to game number 3 after that. So again, all those games being broadcast right here on the Fan Sports Network, so stick around for that action. But if it's a Thunder win here in game number 1, then we'll wrap it up here and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So we'll see what today brings, though.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Last year, Caden, we were in the same situation. Desert Hills was up 1-0 in the Super Regional. Cedar battled back, won game 2 last year and forced a game 3, and ultimately Desert Hills did win. But you never know. This is the time of year where, you know, you lay everything out on the field and just let the chips fall where they may. And if you're a Cedar fan, there's some optimism with the way that they battled back that latter half of the game last night. So they're probably coming in on a little momentum run. And if you're Desert Hills, you just want some strong execution on the pitching mound today and get those bats rolling and put this one to bed.
Now, the bats were rolling yesterday. We saw 3 home runs last night, 2 from Desert Hills, 1 from Cedar. And the one from Cedar went to Gavin Mackert, who first swing, he was a substitution later in the ball game. Very first swing in the batter's box all game long, sends it across that left field wall. So today he's earned himself a spot in the starting lineup, though, as the designated hitter. So we're going to see more of him starting off here today. So that should be pretty exciting.
Well, anytime you get get a little pop like that, and it opens a few eyes, and coach is probably like, you know what, you might be hot. We might as well ride him and see what we can do, and wish him the best of luck today. And I think it's going to be a great ball game, Caden. There's, as we saw, the Reds are a gritty team. They're going to battle back. They're going to give everything they got. It's kind of been their mantra. And they couldn't even get on their home field for all of April, I don't believe. So they're just happy to be out, in the sunshine, having some green grass.
One of the Cedar parents on the way walking in today said, man, it is too hot. And I'm like, oh, that's because you live in Iron County. That's what, we love this weather around here. This is exactly what we like to see for an afternoon baseball game. Yeah. But it's give and take, I guess. We give some very mild winters to have some maybe an intense later spring, but you know what, I'll take mid-80s this time of year. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Couldn't ask for a better day in southwestern Utah, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, again, we appreciate you being here with us. Want to thank our sponsors for today with our pregame show. That's Findlay Subaru, and they've been a great sponsor with us throughout the whole year, really, since football through basketball and now into baseball. Findlay Subaru, you can go reserve your new Subaru today at Findlay Subaru. So any keys to the game here, Keith? What are you looking forward to here today?
Well, I think for the Reds, what they want to do is they just want to continue to keep that momentum going. The last couple innings that they had last night, even though they came out just a hair short, if they can keep that momentum at the plate going and get some runs pushed across the board, that's what they want to do, is get up and on Desert Hills early. And if you're Desert Hills, you want to come out, you want to establish a lead and just ride your strong pitching and try to close this out. You don't want to mess around, because the more, that it gets close, the pressure mounts, and you never know what. The ball always finds a quirky bounce here or there. You never know what'll happen.
Yeah, it's true. We saw that happen a couple of times yesterday. You never know, right? Grass can be weird, dirt can be weird, so you just got to make sure to play it safe and try to avoid those errors. I think, honestly, talking about it this morning with some people, had Cedar avoided some errors early on in that game, maybe it's a different outcome. Yeah. Some early errors made some runs come around and score early in that ball game, so it's very possible this could be a different ball game yesterday had the Reds avoided a few errors. But with that said, hindsight, right? Hindsight's 20/20. All you can do is look forward to what's coming up next, and now you've learned, hey, errors are really important to avoid.
Well, and there's one thing we know, having, with working with Mark Musgrave, his son plays on Desert Hills, and we've covered their games quite a few times this year. They always have one inning where it seems to fall apart for them. They have a couple of errors or whatever, but it just seems like there's always that one inning, and that's what they got to avoid. They got to play sound baseball, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's take a break here in the middle of our pregame show, and we'll be back in 1 minute as we get closer to the start of this ball game. Appreciate you joining us here on the Fan Sports Network.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you can still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Welcome back in, everybody, to the Boulevard Home Game of the Week here on the Fan Sports Network. It's Caden Formaster here with Keith Curtis, bringing you your pregame action before this Thunder and Cedar Reds ball game starts off here. We're 1 minute away from the start time, but we're a little slower getting started here, it looks like, today, which is all right. We'll get to the action as soon as we can. So, again, appreciate you guys joining us today. And as a reminder, if the Thunder win today's ball game, then there's no need for game 2, but it's very possible that Cedar could make a run here and get a win and potentially push this to that third game in the 3-game series. So with that said, I mean, as Cedar finishes getting ready here, we are looking forward to everything coming up here today.
Can you hear me, Caden? Oh, there we go. Sorry. Yeah, Caden, it's going to be a great matchup here. I'm sure that Cedar's going to come out firing, and they're going to put the ball in play. They do a lot of small ball. They'll bung guys around. They do, and they're scrappy, and they're gritty at the plate. So Desert Hills is going to have to be on their A game, and it'll be interesting to see how they took the win. You know, after having that large lead, it was like a wake-up call for them, hopefully, when they come into this.
Yeah, I'm at that point where I really fully expect that this could be a ball game, right? We could be seeing a solid ball game from these programs today, just because, again, we don't fully know what to expect here, right? The Cedar team made a huge comeback.
Yeah.
And I think they have a good shot at keeping it close here today.
Well, if it's anything like last year's squad, I haven't seen much of them play this year, but they were just so gritty and battled every at-bat, and we saw them come in at the end of Game 2 last year and win it in the last inning. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a game similar where it's 5-4 or 4-3 ball game, and it's going into the 7th inning. So it should be a real good ball game for those who are tuning in live online as well as on the radio.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for it. I know you're excited for it, and then the action just about to get underway here shortly. We got the coaches right now meeting at home plate, and once they're wrapped up, we'll get to a national anthem. We'll get started with this ball game here. Today, the Desert Hills Thunder are wearing one of their alternate jerseys. The jersey I haven't even seen yet this year. This is a new one for me. The black jersey, the white pants with the colored sleeves. The Reds are in their kind of a cream color jersey, a little bit of an off-white jersey with the red lettering and the gold numbers on the back. So, yeah, it's a good look today from both teams.
Both squads, yeah. The Desert Hills look, that almost looks like a spring training look, you know.
A little bit.
I like that.
So again, with the action about to get underway, you can go and watch this game right now on the fansportsnetwork.com. If you click on that Region 10 tab, that'll take you right to the game. You'll see the State Baseball Super Regionals, and we should be getting a link to the Pineview Bear River game as well. We're looking to see if we can get that link. So they should be playing Game 2 here shortly as well. And again, we'll be bringing you updates as they come in from across 4A and Region 10. Pineview and Hurricane will be in action with today's baseball super regionals happening today. Later this evening, I know we have some softball going on today as well across town. I know Snow Canyon is hosting as part of the super regionals for the softball, and so you can expect to see some action going on over there as well. It should be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now, Caden. You've also got, I know that on the 3A, 2A side, they're finishing up their state finals. You're going to have those announced in soccer today. And, there's just, the spring is the best time of year, I feel, in high school sports, just because there's so much going on.
Oh yeah,
there's so much you can do, and
there's always so much going on. That's how these things go for sure. So we're getting ready to get underway. The Thunder are taking the field, and we'll shortly be getting into that national anthem, as we mentioned. Again, we appreciate you joining us on the broadcast. So coming up next, in just a little bit, we will be starting off the action. So we'll take a break, step away for a little bit here on the Fan Sports Network. Game time coming up next.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
Welcome back in, everybody, here to the Boulevard Home Game of the Week. And just about to get started here as we hop into our House of Jumps starting lineups. We'll start with the home team, the Desert Hills Thunder. To start things off, the batting order for today will be Jace Fillmore starting off on second base, Cole DeCastro shortstop, Kyler Terry third base, Hagen Reed in right field, Bo Wall on first, Seth Wells center field, Landon Musgrave in left field, Harmon Skeen on the mound, and Corbin Thompson catching tonight for, or should I say this afternoon, for the Thunder. For the Reds, leading off, Crew Giles in center field. Batting second, Kyler Callister at catcher. Coulter Bunnell, shortstop, followed by Coden Lunt over on first base. Jackson Burgess will be on the mound today. Quade Mackert on third base. Gavin Mackert batting DH and in the seventh spot. Payson Briggs in right field. Jacob Boyer, second base. Caden Rosenberg in left field.
So we got two brothers in the lineup, huh?
Well, yeah, we got Quade and Gavin Mackert, both of which are in the lineup today.
Well, the catcher and pitcher just getting their last-minute instructions here, Caden, as we get ready for first pitch. They got the Thunder rolling here in the background, and it's about time for some baseball.
It's about time for some baseball. Getting ready to get started here is Crew Giles, getting ready to step up to our Buck brand beef batter's box. If you want some homegrown Southern Utah beef, those are your guys to call, 435-644-2825. You can also send them an email, buckbrand@gmail.com. And here's our first pitch getting started. Swung on and missed. First pitch is a strike for Crew Giles. Second pitch, some heat on the outside corner for strike number two.
He's just come out throwing heat a couple times here, and Giles just a little behind it, not able to catch up on those first two cuts.
Stepping back up. Skeen with the pitch. It's popped up. Looks to be right around in play. Can he get to it? Oh, and it just falls in. He hesitated as he hit the dirt. He was looking up at the ball. Maybe lost it in the sun. He kind of pointed up and like, I couldn't see it anyways. See it. I didn't know where it was.
Midday sun here, and that ball was right in the middle of there. So Giles gets a second chance here to try to redeem himself.
So again, a count of 0-2 to get started in the top of the first inning. And the pitch outside and a pass ball there. Pass ball today brought to you by UD and Associates.
You know, Caden, baseball karma will tell you, you give up an out like that, you know, it usually comes back to haunt you. So we're interested to see how this turns out.
Yeah, absolutely. Another one that's popped foul over towards the third base coach.
Great hands by the third base. Caught it right on the hop. Could have relayed that one beautifully. He's ready to go.
He's ready. Coach is set up over there.
He's in playoff form right there.
High. Ball 2.
Well, Caden, that wind's blowing in towards us from west to east, almost southeast.
Swung on, missed, strike 3.
That might keep the ball in play a little bit. Might not have as many fireworks as we did yesterday.
It's very possible.
Catcher number 1, Cedar.
You can definitely hear it in our microphones a little bit. Kyler Callister now stepping up to the plate. Lefty here for the Reds. And here's the pitch. Good pitch in there, strike 1.
Boy, Callister, he's right on that black of that plate. He gets in there tight, just trying to.
Yeah, his toes on the chalk.
Yeah. And he's leaning over there, so he's covering up that inside corner.
Hit well, but foul. Sent it about 300 feet, but out of play. So it's an 0-2 count.
Well, he started Callister off on 2 straight fastballs here, so we'll see what he has here.
Pulls it down the first baseline, foul. He kind of golfed that one off the ground.
Yeah, that was low and outside, but Callister not taking any chances, just fouled it off, trying to live another at-bat here.
Staying strong with the 0-2 count, 1 out. As you mentioned, that wind's coming in from center field, almost direct center. I'm looking at the flag out there, and it's just about direct center, outside and low for ball 1 here to Kyler Callister.
Yeah, that was a little off-speed pitch, a little change-up, and just fluttered to a little outside that time.
Inside. You know, with him covering up that much of the plate inside, it's like, hey, you know, there's a little zone to hit before it's a strike called, and he hit just that inside zone. Hit it again right there, so now it's a full count.
Yeah, he's done a nice job. He's fouled off about 3 or 4 pitches and really extended this at-bat after falling behind 0-2.
And it's a short grounder over to third. Throw over to first is there for out number 2 of the inning.
Yeah, nice job. Nice pitch that time. He fisted him. He barely got his hands around, and it's weak grounder to third baseman, and good for the second out.
Coulter Bunnell now will step up to the plate. Yesterday, Coulter Bunnell was 2 for 3. Had a single and a double yesterday.
He had a decent day then.
Out low for ball 1. Yeah, he had to strike out his first at bat, and then he's able to get back around and get on base a couple of times. Pitch sent foul down the first base line.
I say you hit 2 for 3 in the majors, you're making $10 million a year. So
yeah, that's true. Well, and he was hit by pitch on the other one, so on one of those. So he got on base 3 times, 3 of his 4 at bats.
Yeah, that's really good. That's a good day.
You'll take a 75% on base percentage, right?
Yeah.
Again, good contact, but sends it foul. So he's right there. He's on the ball. Now with a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Inside. They were checking him, but they checked with the first base line, and he said he went. Took long enough. I was surprised they didn't check over there earlier.
Yeah, it took him a while to get the check, but he did go around halfway, so great pitch.
Yeah, I agree with that call. Well, we'll take a minute break. When we come back, the bottom of the first inning here on the Fan Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, Mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Welcome back here to Thunder Field. Scoreless through the top of the first inning. Leading off for the Thunder will be Jace Fillmore here in just a little bit, but we wanted to give you a quick U First Credit Union update with our Region 10 teams here, where Pineview was taking on Bear River earlier today. They got an earlier start on the game, and Bear River walked away with the one-run victory. I believe it was 5-4. Was that the final score?
4-3.
4-3. Yep. 4-3. So that was the final score. Pineview's season is now done, and Bear River will be moving on
for the Reds
in the playoff action.
Yeah, that's one team, Bear River. They're always they're a scrappy team, similar to Cedar. They're always got a good tradition that coming from up there and really hard to beat. They make you earn every victory you get.
Absolutely. Now again, this is Jace Fillmore getting ready to lead off for Desert Hills.
So does that put Bear River in the Dixie Crimson bracket? Is that where they're at? Is in the lower bracket?
I'd have to double check. First pitch comes across high and outside for ball one. I should have printed off a copy of it.
Yeah, I had one at my desk and I just
popped up. It's coming over towards that Thunder dugout. Not quite able to make the play. Tracked it a little too far.
Little tough play there, Caden. It got popped up, almost went into the dugout, but I think the wind kind of pushed it back just a hair, and having to battle that sun too, that was a real challenging play for the third baseman.
Yeah. I think these kids are just happy to get out of school for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm with them. Here's the pitch. Swung on, miss for strike two.
Boy, he just reached back and blew it by him.
He just threw some heat down the pipe right there, yeah. Stepping back up in 1-2 count and throw. Off speed, little.
Well, that's a nice looking curveball. That's followed that up after the fastball, kind of like a setup pitch there, but that was a good eye by Jace Fillmore there not to swing over the top of it.
Yeah, and it dropped on him too. Ooh, hit by pitch. Nearly thrown behind him, really.
Yeah, it looked like he lost control because he grabbed his hands after he did that. He was trying to get some dirt on his fingers, try to get a better grip on it.
Yeah, and all it has to do is hit the jersey, and I think that's about all it got on him was the jersey right on the lower back. So,
well, I was going to say derriere, but you know, yeah, lower back will work.
It is right about there. Depends on how far down you go on the lower back, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So now runner on first, no outs, and Cole DeCastro up to the plate. High for ball one. 81 degrees right now here in sunny St. George on a blue skied day. Some distant clouds over Utah Hill, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day for some baseball, that's for sure, Caden.
Outside for ball two. 2-0 now to Cole DeCastro.
Oh, Cole, he crowds that inside corner as well. Really shrinks the zone down. The pitcher really, it makes it challenging to bust him inside without hitting him.
High pass ball. Runner's going to go to second. No throw down made. And Fillmore easily gets over to second base.
Well, again, a little bit of control issues to start the bottom half of the first inning here, Caden, for the Cedar pitcher.
I didn't even know until...
Next pitch inside, well inside.
Now hitting for the Thunder, third baseman, number 5, Kyler Terry.
Well, if you're a Thunder fan, this is the guy, next couple guys you want to see coming up. Kyler Terry, he's had a really nice year for the Thunder, and with the runners in scoring position, this is exactly what you want with no outs.
Now look down, did they sent him to first, huh? They said that was close enough.
That was ball 4. It was
Did they give him ball 4?
Straight balls, yeah.
Yeah. Our equipment over here out in the sun was getting hot, so I decided to try to move some of it under the table, and I looked down for a second, and next thing I know, he's standing on first base. So yeah, that last pitch came through as a ball.
He starts off Terry with a nice breaking ball for strike 1.
And another one popped up. This is our third pop-up. Able to bring that one in. It's out number 1 of the inning now.
Now hitting right fielder, number 24, Hagen Reed.
Yeah, Terry, he just got under that one just a hair. As the infield fly rule is going to be an out no matter what. So brings up Reed with 1 down with runners on first and second here.
Hagen Reed yesterday sent a few pretty far out, but the defense did their job, made those catches. About 4 or 5 hits yesterday from the Thunder. His runner goes to third. And he gets there safe. He's going to take off for home now. Runner from second coming around to third, and he'll be there sliding in safe, and 1 run scores. Jace Fillmore makes his way around the bags.
Boy, they had the double steal on that time, and the good throw might have had him. I thought, but he one-hopped it down to the third baseman, got over his glove and into left field, and just like that, you got a 1-0 ball game, and guy on third base, now a fly ball, will score another run.
Especially with only 1 out, you could sacrifice something here just to get another run on the board, but knowing Hagen Reed is he pops one up and out of play. Hagen Reed here can get some contact under it, and he could send one flying, especially on a day like today. Not a lot of a breeze, just a little bit. He could fight that breeze and send one.
Yeah, we've seen him hit a couple of shots throughout the year this spring, so.
Pitch is low. Count of 2-1.
Well, if you're Desert Hills, this is exactly what you want. You wanted to get on the board first, and with a 1-0 lead now as he takes a ball again with a runner on third, this is exactly what you want. Try to get a couple runs to kill any momentum that Cedar might have came in with.
Now again, this is Jackson Burgess on the mound for Cedar, who got him swinging on that one, and it was about in the same spot as the other ones, just low in the zone. But he took him on a 3-1 count, so now it's full.
Yeah, Reed just swung over the top of that little breaking ball.
And the pitch. Well hit it to a gap to bring in a run, and it'll be a solid single for Hagen Reed. RBI single.
Well, just like that, Desert Hills goes up 2-0 with Bo Hall coming to the dish and 1 down.
Now Bo Wall over here is the expected to be the quarterback for Desert Hills next football season. Here in just a few months from now, we'll be getting football season started.
Crazy to think, huh?
Yeah, you think it's further off because it's in the fall and we're in the spring right now. But I mean, we're talking 5 months away.
Yeah, it's actually 90 days away. We'll have our first football game.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. First pitch is low for ball 1. And he's got a runner on first, 1 out. 2 runs have come across the score here for Desert Hills in the bottom of the first inning. Very similar to the game last night. Sends that one just foul by inches.
Boy, he ripped that one. He was sitting on that fastball and just missed the chalk by about 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah, he pulled that one right down the left field line. Had that gone fair, that's a solid double right there. Maybe bringing around that run from first even.
Yeah.
Ooh, high and inside. Had to duck on that one. So it's now a 2-1 count. Low for ball number 3.
Boy, that was close. That was almost borderline at the knees, but just low enough. The umpire said, no, you got to bring that up a hair.
Swung on that one, missed, and now a full count.
That was an off-speed pitch there again. The Wall just swung right over the top of. Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to throw that same one again right here, Caden.
Timeout taken by Wall. So on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard, it's 2-0. Desert Hills with the lead here through the bottom of the first inning. Full count now to Bo Wall with 1 out, runner on first. Runner goes, and he walks anyways.
Now hitting center fielder number 7, Seth Wells.
That brings up Seth Wells. 2 walks now, and coach is going to come on over from the Cedar dugout and have a little bit of a chat with Jackson Burgess and try to just say, hey, calm down. It's just the first inning. It's only 2 runs. We'll be all right.
Yeah, it's not the start they were kind of hoping for with 2 walks and a hit batter. So 3 base runners have been placed on.
Yeah, I mean, he's only thrown 1 hit so far.
Yeah.
Man, you ever screw on a water bottle lid so tight it doesn't want to come off?
There we go. There you go. That makes for great radio, Kate.
Yeah, it does. Right? Me over here struggling to open a water bottle.
Let me describe this for people. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I carry around this big 64-ounce water bottle. It's become a talking point many times on our radio station, how much water I carry around. Good hit by Seth Wells right through the 5-6 gap. That'll bring a run around from second. He's going for home. The throw down to home. Not there. He's taking off for third. He's going to get there in time. Safe is the call.
Boy, that was close, Caden. I don't know. He dove. I mean, it was like who was going to get there first. And fortunate for Desert Hills, Wall was able to get under the tag. So just like that, we get another run for Desert Hills and runners at second and third.
Quade Mackert, third baseman, he came in. He tried to get a little bit closer to home to try to make that rally home. But instead, that left the third base bag open. And heads up play by Bo Wall. He saw that available bag there, and so he just took off running, and so did Quade Mackert after him. And Bo Wall just kind of diving head first for the bag there, able to
it was the slide that got him in there safely. If not, the third base for Cedar was almost bang bang at the same time, but because Wall went outside of the bag, was able to slide in there safely. And coach for the Cedar Reds went out there to argue a little bit, and he said, are you sure? And sure enough, there's not much argument.
He's saying, hey, we're not going to overturn it. Yeah. So now that's 3 runs scored for Desert Hills, bringing up Landon Musgrave after Seth Wells able to get on over to second. Now I'm curious if they gave him I assume they gave him a single and then an advancement to second.
Yeah.
That's how I'm scoring it, at least.
That's the proper scoring. Musgrave takes a strike on the outer half of the plate there for strike 1.
Here's the pitch. Wells hit right down the right field line.
It's fair.
Falls in. Oh! They call it foul, and it was right there.
Wow, okay, and I thought that hit right on the line.
I thought I did too. I thought that was just about 6 inches inside fair territory, if you ask me. But
yeah,
and we have a decent angle on it.
That's a tough break.
Tough break
for Musgrave.
That could have been a 2-run RBI double, maybe even a triple.
Boy,
and now Musgrave has to get back into the box here. Outside for the ball 1. Well, I mean, you heard from both of our reactions, that foul call coming in. I think it surprised everybody.
Sorry, we got a little too excited there over a foul
Hey, and
ball.
we're an impartial judge over here, too.
Well, a little bit. We work with his dad. So.
Yeah, but still. Sends this one high into right field.
He's going to try to bring a run home. Nope, he stops. I'm surprised he didn't tag up.
Yeah, he easily could have. It would have brought him home. But instead, now it's 2 outs.
Now hitting pitcher number 15, Harmon Skeen.
Harmon Skeen now coming up. Thunder have now made it through 8 batters in this lineup here through the bottom of the first inning. First pitch is low for ball 1. Again, runners on second and third.
This is definitely a big situation right here. If he can add 2 runs to help his own cause, that would be huge.
Sends that one foul, bouncing over the Thunder dugout. Count is 1-1.
I've often wondered how that happens. You know, he was so up on top of the ball, he hit it almost straight down to cause enough topspin that way.
Yeah. Outside, count is 2-1.
Skeen, he's a big kid.
Yeah, he's got some height to him for sure.
It's probably what, 6'2", 6'3"? There's a
good hit into center. Can he get there to make the play? Hits it right to the center fielder.
Boy, he didn't have to
take
move.
a step. He watched the fly right at his face. That brings up the end of the first inning. The score now 3-0. Thunder lead.
We'd like to take this time and say thank you.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Hello?
Cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Newest Readies.
Here we go into the top of the second inning. Coden Lunt about to lead off here for the Cedar Reds. The Reds had 3 batters, 3 up, 3 down in the first innings. Maybe in the second inning they'll try to combat that 3-run bottom of the first from the Thunder. Now again, Coden Lunt yesterday started out on the mound, and Coulter Bunnell wrapped it up for the Reds.
Leading off for the Reds, number 10, Coden Lunt.
Lunt's a big left-handed kid, stands right on the top of the plate.
A bit of a hesitation in that swing as it was outside and low, but when you commit to that swing, you just got to keep going with it, and that's what happened for strike number 1. Fouled away for strike number 2.
Well, it's just a good job of pitching right there by Skeen. He went low and out to start, and then he busted him inside, inner half. Then he goes back outside again. So he's trying to get him to fish for that 3rd strike. Not literally fishing, but you know what I mean.
I got you. Swinging at that one. There's a nick of the bat, goes right into the catcher's glove. Strike him.
That's the 3rd strikeout already through an inning and a third for Skeen.
Yeah, he's looking really good up on the mound right now. Very reminiscent of what happened last night with Landon Musgrave on the mound.
9, Jackson Burgess.
If you look, it's almost
identical.
Almost identical. Looking at my scorebook here. First pitch comes across, strike. Outside, ball 1.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the game of baseball. You just never are out of it. You know, you think you can go 5-6 innings and have nothing, and then have 1 inning where you're pull yourself right back in the game.
Inside, ball 2. Yeah, I mean, yesterday that's how it was. Four runs scored in the first by the Thunder and no runs scored by the Reds. And Reds were able to come back and make a ball game out of it. This one right now, 3 runs by the Thunder, and the Reds looking to come back into it. So that one comes across the plate, got him looking for strike number 2. It's a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that time Burgess wasn't quite sure. Didn't think that one caught the outer part, but.
And got him swinging.
Skeen with his 4th strikeout.
Now batting number 24, Quade Mackert.
He seems to be in a groove right now, Caden.
Yeah, Quade Mackert now stepping up to the plate. Playing third base for the Reds today. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, strike 1.
Well, so far the umpire's been real generous. Pretty decent big strike zone for batters to adjust to, and you know that's always nice when you have an umpire that's plate friendly.
Yeah. He sends that one foul, and it's now an 0-2 count here to Quade Mackert. Just outside the zone, ball 1. Swung on, missed.
Boy,
3 up, 3 down, struck out the side. That's what you like to see.
Beautiful curveball, just broke right on the outer half there. Swung right over the top. So we'll go into the top or bottom half of the second with Desert Hills leading 3-0.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard.
Rally Stop in Cedar City is proud to support Region 10 athletics. Rally Stop reminds you that after cheering on your favorite team, there's no better place to refuel than Rally Stop.
St. George News has a new app. Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of
Caden, that's on the outer part of the black of the plate. Again, the umpire staying consistent with that zone. There's a rip.
Great hit into right center field. He's going to round first and put on the brakes. He thought about trying for second, and the throw was off the line. He probably could have got there, but instead he'll settle for the single.
Hitting second baseman number 21, Jace Fillmore.
That was a nice piece of hitting. It was outside part of the plate, and he just kind of drove it to right center.
Speed up runner for Corbin Thompson takes over. And back to the top of the lineup with Jace Fillmore.
Yeah, Jace was hit by a pitch in that first inning. We were arguing whether it was the back or the derriere part, but hopefully he's okay. Was able to come around and score.
First pitch low for ball 1 to Jace Fillmore. Swung on and missed.
That's a nice breaking ball right there. Started off about belt high and dropped down below his knees.
Cooper Clough, the speed up runner, takes off and will get there safely without the throw down to second, excuse me.
Boy, that was tough for the catcher for Cedar. That was an inside curveball and almost hit Fillmore, but he had to step around him, get his feet planted by that time.
When it's smart by Fillmore, he didn't move, and sometimes they'll call that a batter interference, but since he didn't move, this one's popped up and making the catch coming in from right field.
Well, that's a nice play by the right fielder. He's made a couple nice plays.
Shortstop number 2, Cole DeCastro.
In the game. He did a nice job cutting off that Thompson, hitting the gap right there, and then coming up with calling off the center fielder in that right center gap on that one.
And that's Payson Briggs out there in right field for the Reds. Making some good plays. Cole DeCastro stepping up. He just walked his last at bat. First pitch popped up. We've seen many a pop-up today. I don't even call these fly balls as much as I would pop-ups.
Yeah, really.
You know?
Another nice play by the right fielder coming in, charging hard, called off the second baseman to run that one down. So Cedar's right fielder, he's really done a nice job this inning, 3 plays in a row.
Well, of the 5 outs that they've had in this game, he's got 3 of them.
Yeah.
All of the outs so far today have come because of pop flies. If they can keep the ball a little lower, not get underneath it so much, then Desert Hills could be seeing themselves a different story right now.
Yeah, yep.
First pitch comes across low and outside for ball 1 to Kyler Terry. Sent foul.
Yeah, Terry just got on. That was a high fastball, about letter high, and he just got under it a little to lift it foul. Those are the kind those power hitters love to get those up, and so they can get their arms extended.
Here's the pitch, high, ball 2. 2-1's the count now to Kyler Terry. He popped one up his first at bat to second base. He's got a runner on second right now with 2 outs. That one low. Cooper Clough over there thought about taking off, but found his way right back to the bag.
Yeah, it's a good thing he went back, because that was a great play by the catcher for Cedar. He was able to scoop it, keep his feet, and almost come up throwing.
This one's sent into center field, right center field. And Briggs makes the play coming out of right field. He gets all the outs of the inning.
Briggs is the defensive stalwart for the Reds this inning.
3 up, 3 down, and all because they sent it to the right field. Well, 4 up, 3 down, I should say. 4 up, 3 down. And that will round out the second inning. To the third we go here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
Of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Your dealer is backed by outstanding products from one of the industry's most trusted names, Bryant. Find your local dealer at Bryant.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The Reds looking to make something happen here as we go to the third inning. The score 3-0 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. We've had a few stolen bases. Stolen bases today brought to you by Jason Baum with Bay Equity Home Loans. Proud sponsor of Region 10 Athletics. If you need help with a loan or refinance, go talk to Jason Baum. Go to baumloans.com. That's BAUM loans.com.
I'd love to see a bomb right now, Caden.
I know. Let's see what we can do here with Gavin Mackert coming up. His one and only at-bat yesterday, he sent one over the wall. He only took one swing, one pitch. That's all he needed.
He's just looking for one good pitch right here. Right now, Skeen hasn't really given him much to look at, so he's chomping at the bit up there. He's wanting to send one sailing.
Yeah, facing a 2-0 count.
There
and
he goes.
He does it. Are you kidding me? Going back, back, off the base of the wall.
Well, there it was, Caden. Not the most 300 foot, but
a 323-foot double.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. That was on a line too. Nice line drive, and got those big arms out and drove that thing right over Musgrave's head and ended up on second. So if you're Cedar, you got something brewing.
I thought he had a chance on that one. I thought that could have gone, but it put on the brakes out there. Great hit by Gavin Mackert. I think they're maybe happy with pulling him up to the DH spot today.
Yeah, really, after a home run and now a double. Wouldn't be surprised if they try to bunt him over.
They try to check him over there at second. Well, especially right now, you got no outs, runner on second. This is prime real estate right now to try to get your guy over to third, right?
Yeah, you can
good opportunity
down. But this is Riggs. He got all 3 outs last inning, and just like that, he just pushes one to the right side.
Yeah, just a little blooper will get out number 1, but advance that runner over to third.
That's just as good as a bunt right there.
Yeah.
And he cued that one right off the end of the bat. Had so much top spin on it. Took forever to land, and then the only play was at first. So just like that moves the runner to third, and now a fly ball or a ground ball to the right side will score that run.
So quick at-bat there from Payson Briggs will now bring up Jacob Boyer, second base, and batting 9th in the lineup here for the Reds. First pitch outside, ball 1. Yeah, the Reds are looking at a scoring opportunity here. They want to keep this game close.
Yeah, they just want to chip away a little bit at a time. There's still plenty of game left here. We're at the top of the third, down 3-0.
Pitch is inside, ball 2. 2-0 is the count.
Right now, if you wanted to try to do like, with it being the number 9 batter, they usually are good bunters and whatnot to try to get on base. There's a shot.
Right back at the pitcher. He had to duck out of the way of that one. It's an RBI single for Jacob Boyer.
Yeah, that was nicely done. That Skeen's a tall kid over there, and that went right over the top of his head. He had to duck a little bit. That was hit on the line.
1 out, 1 run scored now for the Reds.
Now batting number 3, Crew Giles.
3-1 as we reach back to the top of the lineup here in the third. Crew Giles.
Well, and just like that, as you mentioned, now they're at the top of the order. No outs, or 1 out, and they got things brewing.
Yeah, it could be a momentum shift here. An off-speed pitch that doesn't drop. So it's ball 1 now to Crew Giles.
The one other time I saw Skeen pitch this year was over in Hurricane. And then he throws the ball away. Now. Trying to pick him off.
He's going to go for 3. They're telling him to go for 3.
Oh, he's going to stand up, too. It's not going to even be close.
No, they're just going to throw the ball back to the pitcher.
Well, look at that, Caden. Just like that. Runner on third base with 1 out.
So Jacob Boyer in scoring position.
Yeah, now you've got all kinds of options as your leadoff batter. If first base plays as deep as they are right now, I wouldn't be surprised, Ken, if he tried to push a bunt down that way.
Pass ball. Runner comes, but he stumbles. They're throwing back to third. He's going to find himself in a pickle.
It's too late. Oh.
Ooh, got him. He tried to somersault over. Athletic move there by Jacob Boyer. I'm going to give him credit for the athleticism, but the tag is made in a pickle.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that had some elevation on that leap. An unfortunate
It was impressive. It was impressive. He stumbled a bit halfway there. You can see right in.
Yeah, he's 3/4 of the way down the line.
And he tripped up over himself. That's a run scored if he's.
Did he trip or did he pause and rethink
no,
what he was doing?
He fell.
Did he? Oh, that's too bad.
Count now to Crew Giles is 2-1 after that fiasco there. 2 outs. Swung and missed on that for strike number 2.
Boy, if you're Cedar too, you never want to make an out at home, especially when you're behind and runs are hard to come by.
That one fouled away. Stay alive here with a count of 2-2. Outside pitch, full count.
Boy, that just missed too.
Especially, you know, we talked about the generous strike zone, and that was right around the area where he's been letting some of those slide, but just not that one. And got him swinging. Got him swinging. Well, the damage that we thought could be done is lessened as they only allow 1 run to come around and score. So that will now send us to the bottom of the 3rd inning here on the Fan Sports Network. The score 3-1, Desert Hills leads.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Region 10 Sports is brought to you by Nets on Fire, the premier training and event facility in Southern Utah. High-level individual and group training catered to your athlete, plus the best camps, clinics, tournaments, and showcases in the West. Visit netsonfire.org.
Hagen Reed set to lead off here for the Desert Hills Thunder. RBI single his last at bat. Has a chance here to lead off early and maybe try to get some get a base runner on the bags there. He sends the first one foul.
Fine effort by Coach down there on 3rd, try to hunt that ball down.
Coach Cave chasing after it. Caden Rosenberg out in left field cleaning up the mess out there, bringing that ball back in. So now we will reset with a count of 0-1. Pitch is high, ball 1. That one low, ball 2.
Oh, Reed, he is first at bat. He ripped a solid single to left field.
Yeah, he sent one right through that 5-6 gap there. And nearly does it again, but it's fielded over at shortstop. And the throw's there.
Nice play there, deep in the hole, and then a nice stretch at first to get Reed just a step. So that's a beautiful play.
Yeah, Coulter Bunnell at shortstop making the play. Brings up Bo Wall, first base for the Thunder. He walked his last at bat. Got stranded on 3rd to end the 1st inning. First pitch is low for ball 1.
Boy, that was just off the plate a little bit there. Curve ball, breaking ball.
Someone didn't reset the scoreboard from the last at bat. Ball 2.
Yeah, we better get after Mark about that.
Tell him, hey, your buddy's up there needs to reset that scoreboard. The umpire's trying to get him to reset it. He gave him the 2-0 count. Make that a 2-1 count. That one fouled away.
Boy, he went for rip there. He was trying to Send one over the left field fence with that swing. Swung right out of his shoes.
Count of, again, 2-1. The scoreboard is telling us otherwise, but there we go. Now they reset us. Good hit, left field. Stays fair. He's going to round first. The throw coming in from left. It's not there on time as he takes a graceful slide into second base for the double.
Yeah, nice job of hitting. He pulled that off-speed pitch down the line, hit it on a line, and that rolled all the way to the right or left field corner down there. You knew he could almost stand up double there, but that was a beautiful piece of hitting by Wall.
Seth Wells, center field for the Desert Hills now, stepping up to the plate. Gets the call from the coach and steps up. 1 out now, runner on second. That was his pitch, but he hit it kind of off the end of the bat and just popped it foul.
Yeah, he kind of cued that off the end. I think came down, hit him on the foot too, so. Cut the top half of the ball and went straight down on him.
Yeah. Pitch is low for the 0-1 count and make it a 1-1 count.
That was a nice block that time by the Cedar catcher, using his whole body to keep that thing in front of him.
Strong hit right through the gap. That'll send a runner to third, and a single by Seth Wells.
That's a great piece of base running that time.
Now hitting left
by Wall. He had to wait for that ball to make sure it got in between the third baseman and the shortstop, so he couldn't score, but just a well-placed ball that time by Wells. And so you got first and third now with Musgrave, and he just missed a double, inches from a double last at bat.
I mean, we thought it was. We thought he had it, but we don't have a ton of left-handed batters here for the Thunder this season.
Yeah, they're pretty right-handed dominant, aren't they?
Yeah, both of these teams. Coden Lunt is lefty on Cedar. Runner goes, and it's popped up. The runner will go right back.
Yeah, they had the hit and run going that time, and Landon just got under it just a little, fouled it off down the left field line. Stares down, getting the signs from the coach now, see if there's a little action here. Ooh, almost threw the ball away.
Coach over there on the first base line had to duck out of the way of that one just in case, but couldn't let me to play.
He was almost doing some Army push-ups.
Yeah, he's able to hold it off. Runner goes.
There's a shot.
And it sends one center.
That's going to score another run.
That's an RBI and potentially a double, and he'll be in with a double. 2 runs have scored.
That's a great piece of work right there. Musgrave hit the right center gap, and with the runner stealing at the time, had him in motion, and that was an easy stand-up run for 2 ribbies for Musgrave.
Yeah, great 2-run RBI. Brings the score up to 5-1 now. Harmon Skeen now stepping up to the plate.
Oh, he
pops
got it
it
way
high,
up, didn't he?
He sent that up an elevator shaft. Ooh, and the play's made. They were fighting each other off there. When I say up an elevator shaft, I mean that come back down, it would have landed smack dab in the middle of home plate.
It would have. It went straight up from the batter's box, almost drifted back into the field to play as the pitcher and catcher almost collided. But great concentration by the pitcher to snag that one out of the air.
So now Corbin Thompson steps up.
That's a big out.
Swinging it, ball low and outside for strike 1.
Oh, that was an off-speed pitch, and after Thompson ripping a single last time into the gap, try to give them something different to look at.
You get hungry for more once you've been on base early in the ball game.
Yeah.
Another one low and in the dirt, and catcher had to chase it down a little bit, but able to get there before the run advances.
Musgrave was thinking twice about that one. He thought he was going to go, then he didn't go, then he's going to go again, then that was kind of an in-between.
A little bit of
there.
hesitation, yeah.
With 2 outs, you don't want to make an out at third.
Pitch is high for ball 2. Kind of 2-1 now to Corbin Thompson. The one thing about this Desert Hills lineup is, as you mentioned, earlier in the pregame shows, they can be streaky at times, but every single member of this lineup can hit.
Yeah. Whereas last year's lineup was a little top heavy, it felt like.
Yeah, I felt like you got around that 7, 8, 9 mark in the lineup, and
you just didn't get anything out of it.
It was here or there, just depended. Foul away. That'll make it a full count to Corbin Thompson.
That's a good job just staying alive by Thompson. That was on the outside half at the knees, and he just got the bat around enough to foul it off.
It's a full count, 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the pitch. Ooh,
nice.
Just got a little nick of the ball on it, but not enough there. They'll give him the strikeout, and that'll bring up the end of the 3rd inning, and we'll get on it to the top of the 4th when we come back here on the Fan Sports Network.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Well, the Thunder put on a couple more runs, makes this a 5-1 ball game. Again, very reminiscent of the game last night as well, where in the 4th inning, the Reds were able to get 1 run on the board. At that point, the score was 6-1 going into the bottom of the 4th. The Thunder were able to get 2 more runs on in the bottom of the 4th inning to make it 8-1, and then Cedar went on a big old run through the 6th and 7th, but just not quite enough. So this is the point where yesterday the Reds were making runs, so they're just about ready for it in the 4th inning. Took them about the 5th or 6th to really get going, so we'll see what they can do here.
Well, sometimes it takes, a couple at bats for you to adjust, the pitcher or the speed or how he's throwing, and maybe Cedar's got a little magic, in those bats.
Yeah.
Wake it up here.
Kyler Callister pops up the first one, foul.
Batting for the Reds, number 1, Kyler Callister.
Yeah, Callister, he grounded out to the 3rd baseman in his first at bat today.
Pitches well outside for ball number 1.
Boy, did you see that ball, King? It started outside, and then it was almost like a screwball.
Yeah, kind of went one way and decided to turn back the other way.
It's not very often you see that.
Yeah. Inside, ball 2.
Well, if you're skiing too, you just want to be consistent here. Throw strikes, let your defense help you. As he busts the inside corner. Wow, I thought that one was a strike.
And just a little inside, and he asked him, yeah, you're inside.
Well, Callister, he's there on top of the plate, so might have swung a ball 4 there.
I know, he takes that one foul for a full count now. Hit over to second base. It was in the dirt. Can he get it over there in time?
No.
Safe. He's not there in time.
Boy, that's great hustle down the line by Callister, the catcher. But, you know, if you're Desert Hills, that's a routine play. You got to come up with that.
Yeah.
Especially from DeCastro.
Well, and that was Jace Fillmore over there at second.
Oh, Fillmore,
yeah,
sorry.
Fillmore. I think it kind of got stuck in some soft dirt over there, and he couldn't pull it up out of the dirt with his glove. He had to barehand it out. He made the stop, but he tried to pick it up with the glove and throw it over, but wasn't able to. So
that's rule number 1 in baseball. You don't pick a ball up with your glove. You use your bare hand.
Yeah, if it's on the ground, just pick it up.
Yeah.
No need to make it more difficult for yourself. First pitch comes across for a strike.
There.
Yeah. They did officially score that as an error, which that's as they probably should.
Oh,
inside, hits him on the arm. Hit by pitch. So tough break right now. If you're Desert Hills, you have no outs on the board, 2 runners on. And Cedar's looking to make a little bit of a run here. Bringing up Coden Lunt, who's their cleanup hitter. So
yeah, if you're Desert Hills, you're probably getting a little bit nervous. They don't have anybody warming up yet, but first and second, would not be surprised. They try to get these runners in scoring position.
No. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Titan Tate maybe start heading out to go warm up. And they might be trying to save him in case there is a game 3.
Yeah.
So maybe not, but I kind of thought he might be pitching today. But Desert Hills right now,
just in case.
Yeah, and Desert Hills right now has decided maybe to flip-flop that and use him in case of a game 3 to close that one out. Because Tate is a good, solid pitcher.
Well, there's some say you should, you should change your pitching rotation based off of your matchups. Some would say you do it how you did through the regular season, keep the continuity the same so the boys are thinking the same. It's kind of that. Skeen was always their day 1 pitcher, though, of the series and not game 2. So they've kind of reversed things up here, throwing Musgrave last night. But
yeah, normally he's the secondary, the Friday night, Looking at that runner at second, but he's back safely. Again, runners on first and second, no outs. Coden Lunt stepping up here for the Reds. And the Reds with only 1 run to come across. It was Gavin Mackert. He sent a shot well out into left field, hit the bottom of the wall with it. Lunt looks at that one go by for ball number 1.
Well, and here's the other thing, Caden. Lunt is the only other left-handed batter for Cedar.
Yeah.
So
if you can pull this one and, if you send anything into right field, you have a good opportunity to bring that guy from first all the way around.
Yeah. Oh, got
pitch again
on the foot. That's the second one in a row now for Skeen. So now bases are loaded
with no outs. And Jackson Burgess comes up.
Well, and if you're Burgess, this is where you want to be. I mean, he's the starting pitcher and could help himself out here.
Jackson Burgess.
Base hit right here could cut the lead in half.
Mm-hmm. Pitch high side of the zone and strike 1.
Well, that was borderline too. That was up a little bit.
That was pretty high. But Burgess is a smaller kid too, so
yeah.
Sometimes those strike zones expand on a smaller.
Nice job by Skeen, just painting the outside corner there.
Just delivering right now.
He's really tried to focus in here.
Jackson Burgess needs to protect. Lets that one go by. It was high anyways. Smart play by Burgess. Let it go. 1-2's the count. No outs. Bases loaded. Reds looking to make this a ball game. Popped up.
Oh, he popped it up.
They already said batter's out. I guess it doesn't matter if he makes the infield fly roll happens anyways, so it doesn't matter whether they caught it or not. They just let that one drop.
Well, that's a big out there with the bases loaded. Now they can play back in the middle infield and hope to induce a ground ball.
Now batting number 24, Quade Macker.
Quade Macker steps up. Again, bases loaded, now 1 out. Again, as you mentioned before, painting the corner of the zone. That's what he does here with the first pitch to Quade Macker for strike 1.
Well, it seems like ever since he got the bases loaded, Skeen has really tried to lock in.
Hit right to second base. Caught. Had he looked at first, he could have had a double play.
Well, the other thing he could have done is fake like he was going to catch it and drop it. Then he could have induced a double play, too. I've seen that before, but smart play by Fillmore getting the sure out. So just like that, with the bases loaded, they got 2 outs. Of course, this Macker, the younger brother, or I think it's the younger brother.
Yeah.
He's hit a home run and a double his last two times at bat. So
the home run was yesterday, but still. And this one's hit to second. Oh, and he bobbles it again. That brings in a run to score.
Wow, that's a tough play for Fillmore. I mean, because that's a slow rolling ball, and then he has a runner go right in front of him to, impede his judgment on the ball. It takes his eye off of it. Then he has to pick it up, and it's spinning so fast, rolled right up his arm, and next thing you know, he scored a run.
Payson Briggs now, and Fillmore's got to be, feeling pretty crummy about himself with 2 errors on it. So, and that can get in your head. Baseball is a mental game, and if he gets another one his way, he's got to make that play. Little bunt off the handle of the bat, and the catcher not able to make the play. Again, another run scores.
Well, there you go again. That was a half swing, check swing. It happens to roll the ball far enough into play that it's landing right on the line, Caden. Catcher kind of bobbles it coming up with it. Just not enough time to get the runner at first. Just like that, they've scored 2 runs.
So the ball game now 5-3. Bases loaded, 2 outs. They had a chance to save this inning.
Yeah.
With no runs scored.
Yeah.
And 2 errors now have led to 2 runs scored.
Yeah, well, actually 3 with Fillmore's got 2 of them.
Well, yeah, because,
Did you score that last one I hit?
Well, I mean, we had the first run scored was in last inning. So.
Yeah, that's true.
So, no, I scored both as an error.
Okay. Well, and you start to get some momentum from the Cedar fans over here. They're getting a little boisterous. And
yeah, they're excited. They're pumped up.
We got a 5-3 ball game.
Top of the 4th inning. A little game of mental tactics going on between the pitcher and the batter. Pitcher takes a timeout. Now the batter takes a timeout. This is Jacob Boyer up to bat with a 1-0 count.
Oh, Boyer.
Oh, well hit.
That is
left
driven.
Center. Getting back on it, Seth Wells. Takes a hop. 1 run scores, 2 runs score, 3rd run coming in, 3rd run scores. Cedar now leads this ball game.
Just like that, Caden, a deep drive to left center by Boyer. That's his 2nd hit of the ball game, and that gives the Reds the lead. That one traveled about 380 feet into the left center gap and cleared all 3 bases for the Reds.
What started out being a 5-1 lead coming into the 4th inning is now a 6-5 lead for the Reds.
Well, we told you at the start of this thing, we thought it would be a dogfight back and forth, and that's exactly what we've got.
Absolutely, we do. First pitch is outside, back to the top of the lineup, Crew Giles.
And Skeen, he needs to regroup right here.
Yeah, just get out of the inning. Lessen this damage. They look over it. He just looks at second, doesn't actually throw over.
Yeah.
Just a little look. Outside. Ooh, outside edge.
Giles is 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. So if you're Skeen, you kind of get a feeling, okay, I got this guy's number, but man, if he gives up a base hit here, it'd be huge.
Fouls that one away. So kind of 1-2. 2 outs, runner on second. 6-4. That last hit.
6-5.
Or sorry, 6-5. Yeah, in the 4th.
Yeah.
Down high.
A lot of numbers out there, Caden.
There's a lot of numbers on the board right now. That last hit, definitely a contender for our Bin Blasters blast of the game.
Yes, yes. Well, that Boyer, he's ripped 2 of them. His single went right past the left earlobe of Scheme the last time.
Popped up, heading out of play.
Should have room.
Can he get there?
Yeah.
He makes the catch. Bo Wall gets him out of the inning on a pop fly. So with that, 9 batters up, 5 runs scored. It's now 6-5. Reds lead here at Thunder Field. Stick with us on the Fan Sports Network.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business.
Welcome back in as the Cedar Reds take the lead here in the 4th inning. It's now the bottom of the 4th where the Thunder get back to the top of the lineup with Jace Fillmore. Fillmore takes a swing for strike 1. Getting the score right now, 6-5 on the Wilkinson's House of Lighting scoreboard. The Reds tighten this game up. Popped up. Potentially heading out of play. And it lands on the net above us.
Let's go, Jace.
So now an 0-2 count to Jace. He sends one right center, right to the right fielder. Briggs makes the play for out number 1.
Now hitting shortstop number 2, Cole DeCastro.
Cole DeCastro now will step up to the plate. The Reds are definitely feeling the momentum here now with 1 out away. High pitch for ball 1 to Cole DeCastro. Low inside, 2-0 count.
Well, Caden, it looks like the winds have shifted now. Winds are now blowing out to left, so.
Could be a bit of a hitter's breeze. Sent to short, takes a bad hop, the throw over to first, gets it there.
Oh, nice play.
Great play.
Boy, that was close. Bang, bang right there. I thought he might have beat it out. He hit it on the nails.
Tyler Terry.
But great stretch by the first baseman for the Reds.
Yeah, and Coulter Bunnell, again, he took that one on a weird hop, able to stay in front of it and make the play. We're looking for our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game as well. We haven't seen any that were extremely athletic yet, you know. A lot of just routine plays, but that's one of those that's a tough play to make, so maybe it's our first contender.
Well, we'll earmark that one a little bit.
Yeah. Fouled away. Kyler Terry now facing an early count of 1-1.
Terry so far today. He's flown out to third and out to right field, so 0 for 2 on the day.
Low, ball 2. This one sent foul and out of play to even up the count of 2.
Well, right now, it looks like the Cedar pitcher, he's working the outer half of the plate against Terry, trying to get him to lift something to the right side.
2 outs, no runners on. Count of 2-2. High, it's now full.
Well, that's just good hitting right there by Terry. He could have swung at that one because it's borderline letters, you know, up a little bit, but great piece of hitting right there.
Well hit left field, and play is made.
Boy, that was hit on a line just right at the left fielder. Took 1 step to his left, 1 step to his right, and it was right to him.
Yeah,
hard hit.
3 up, 3 down is Caden Rosenberg able to make the play out in left field, and the score remains 6-5. Reds lead. They'll look to extend that lead when we come back here on the Fan Sports Network.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
In St. George, at Dino Crossing, Santa Clara, and in Hurricane, think Bucks.
We have a pitching change on the mound brought to you by Nets on Fire, your premier training facility for your athlete. Visit netsonfire.org. Jace Fillmore for the Thunder now steps up to the mound, and Skeen will be done for the day. Now with him coming over, we'll see who is where. I believe they might have pulled Hagen Reed and put him out there on second, if I can tell correctly. Yeah, they did. They took Hagen Reed out and put him on second.
Well, they after that last rough inning by Fillmore, they said, all right, buddy, you go in and you're on the mound now. Let's see how you shut these guys down, see if we can get this victory here in the last 3 innings.
So leading off now for the Reds will be Kyler Callister. He led off last inning as well. 9 batters through the lineup last inning for the Reds.
Well, if you're the Reds, you want to build on that lead, add 1 or 2 runs here. That would be huge going into the bottom third of this ball game.
Watches the first one for a ball. Now his last at bat, he hit it right to second base, and error got him there to first. It's well hit over second base's head. That's going to be a double.
Great piece of hitting that time by Bunnell. Just driving that into the right center gap.
That one was Callister.
Or excuse me, Callister, you're right. For his first hit of the ballgame.
And now Coulter Bunnell will step up.
There was getting all excited.
Coulter Bunnell is 0 for 1. Hit by pitches last at bat though, and able to come back around and score. That
Cedar Red dugout, it's on fire right now.
Yeah, they're pumped up. Rightfully so. No outs, runner on second. You're pretty excited about that.
So, Caden, knowing how important one more run would be, would you sacrifice the guy over to third to try to?
Maybe not yet with 2 outs, maybe with 1 out, sure, but I just say, hey, try to get on base. Let's get as many guys on as we can before we get any outs. Ooh, he's swinging for the fences on that one. Strike one.
A nice breaking ball there by Fillmore.
Pitch is low. Thompson stays in front of it. 1-1.
Great job by Thompson that time, using his body to knock that ball down. I could have easily scooted past him and advanced the runner to third.
Ooh, one that had a lot of movement, a lot of drop on it, but stays outside.
It came across the zone a little high, so yeah. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Here's the pitch outside. 3-1 now is the count for Coulter Bunnell. Again, this is now Jace Fillmore on the mound for the Thunder. Fillmore with the pitch. And foul away. Now facing a full count.
That ball was about letter high, and Bunnell wanted to send that one to center field. Just got a little ahead of it right off the end of the bat. That's the pitch he wanted, though, up and in the zone.
Yeah, sometimes those high pitches are hard to lay off of.
Yeah.
And he fouls that one away, stays alive in the count.
That was a little better job of hitting that time. That was outer half of the plate. Just fouled it off to stay alive.
And walked him. Now with runners on first and second, no outs. Reds in a familiar spot to where they were at the beginning of last inning. They didn't get an out until the 4th batter in the lineup got hit with the infield flyer rule, but not until the bases were already loaded.
Yeah. Okay, now I don't know about you, but if it was me, but this is why I don't coach, but I would be moving those guys over because those 2 runs are, there we go.
Yeah, he's looking to bunt, and it goes foul.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not going crazy because I'm like, those are really important runs right now, this part of the game.
Yeah, I like it when they make you look good, right? And they just say, hey, just bring those runs around, and he goes for the sacrifice bunt.
Heaven forbid, I know I can't put anything on that makes me look good, so.
Well, and it's smart. He's trying to put it down the first base line, so the catcher's momentum's going to first. If he puts it down third base line, they could force the out at third and just keep runners on first and second. You get an out, and you're not advancing anybody. So if he can get that ball to run down the first base line, he'll be in a little bit better territory. He pops this one up. Thompson tried to chase it down, but a little out of reach. And now he's facing a count of 0-2. And then again, this is Coden Lund, a lefty hitter that if he can take that momentum in the bunt and take himself down to first base and, like we said before, keep him from making the play at third.
Yeah. Just couldn't execute that bunt there a couple times, so now he's got to swing away.
And another one popped up and out of play. He'll keep it going with an 0-2.
Wouldn't be surprised to see his curveball right here, Caden. That was kind of a setup pitch, high and inside. Now he'll probably drop it over.
Oh, instead he hits him.
Well, I called the pitch.
You called the pitch, but not the placement. He's been hit his last 2 times at bat now. And again, what a familiar situation we were in.
A repeat of last inning.
Kyler Callister, his last at bat before this inning in the 4th, he hit a single. This last time he hit a double. Coulter Bunnell walked this last at-bat. Before that, he was hit by pitch.
Now batting number
Coden Lunt hit by pitch both times. So now we have the same exact guys in the same exact position where there's no outs, bases loaded. And the first pitch well outside to Jackson Burgess for ball one.
I'm a little surprised Caden Desert Hills isn't playing the whole infield in right now. They're just in on the corners.
Yeah.
I mean, they're saying, hey, we'll take a double play, 2 outs, and give up a run, but
swung on and missed.
They have a lot of confidence in that offense, I guess, and coming back from a couple runs. But, man, I'd almost be playing them in.
I'd be playing them in, too. High pitch, hits a gap. Oh, the shortstop gets to the ball, so they'll only allow 1 run to score.
Well, right there, Caden, that's an infield single. Again, if he's playing in, he probably would have had to play either at first or at home, but because he was playing back, not going to happen.
Yep, so now Jackson Burgess on board with the single, and he sends one around for an RBI. And now Quade Mackert steps up to the plate.
I'm telling you, I just like it when they make me look good, Caden.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, now with no outs, again, you're just trying to make some contact happen here. And
yeah, you just tell the big guy, hey, Mackert, get something in the air. Give me something in the gap if you're a Cedar fan. You'll break this game wide open.
Well, and they're in a better spot right now than they even were last inning. Last inning at this point, they already had 1 out and no runs scored. Swung on an outside pitch for strike 1.
Boy, he almost looked a little unsure of himself up there.
Yeah, he second-guessed that one, and the bat speed was pretty slow on that.
Yeah. I don't know if he just didn't pick it up or what.
1-1 count here. And the pitch. It's rocked.
There's a shot.
Fair ball down the left field line.
That's going to clear them all, Caden. They're going to get 3 runs out of this.
2 have scored. The 3rd run is going for home to play at the plate. Oh!
He's safe.
He's safe.
The throw was high.
Oh, and I think Thompson may have dislocated a shoulder.
Well, he got cleated as he came down. He jumped high in the air. Well, I don't know. Yeah, as he came down to make the tag, maybe that was it.
Maybe not. He's rubbing it. He's rubbing it out, but kind of giving it the old windmill there to try to get some feeling back into it. But it's either way. Wow.
What a shot down the line by Mackert there. Cleared the bases. Now it brings up the younger brother who was 2 for 2 on the day. This is not the guy that they want coming up to bat if you're a Desert Hills fan.
You know, especially now with Quade Mackert standing on second. Still no outs. It's a 5-run ball game, 10-5. Reds lead. Strong hit right to shortstop. He's going to make the throw to first. He's there for out number 1. And brother Quade Mackert is now on 3rd.
Boy, I thought that one might sneak through, but a nice play by the shortstop to run that one down. Hard hit ball.
That was a hard hit ball. That's the thing is, so far Gavin Mackert, he's put a lot of muscle behind these balls. He's being able to get them into play really well.
Surprised with the way he's been swinging it that he hasn't been in the lineup more.
I know. I'm really surprised too. I mean, that's his 3rd at bat. He's 2 for 3 now, but that last one, you know what? You'll take that sacrifice to send a runner over to 3rd. I think I'm okay with not getting that one counted as a hit. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. You just say keep swinging it, big fella.
Pass ball.
Oh boy.
Runner goes home. He's going to score easy. So the bases have now cleared. 5 runs have come across in the 5th inning now for the Reds. And Payson Briggs now facing a count of 1-0. It's a 6-run ball game.
Yeah, just like that, it's opened up, hasn't it?
Man. Strong hit ball, left field. Musgrave, he's there to make the play.
Yeah, that time it looked like Riggs just got under it a little bit. Got good bat on it, but hit the bottom half.
Jacob Boyer now steps up to the plate. We need to see some life in the bottom of the 5th inning from the Thunder. If they have any chance of winning this one, we might be seeing game number 3 happen.
Up, yeah.
Popped up. Hagen Reed coming over from second. Center's coming in. Instead, it's made at short for out number 3.
Okay, and there we go. 5 more runs for the Reds as they take an 11-5 lead here going into the bottom half of the 5th.
With that, we'll step away. Bottom of the 5th coming up on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
Charge. Their expert team uses eco-friendly cleaning methods to sanitize your bins and leave them sparkling clean. Right now, get the first month free for the Clean Can Plan. Go to binblasters.com. Bin Blasters, now that's a clean can.
Ask any mom how much they love.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Welcome back here to the Fan Sports Network. The score is 11-5. The Reds over the Thunder right now as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Reds scored 5 runs in that last inning, or the top of the 5th, I should say. The Thunder haven't scored since the 3rd. They had 2 runs score in the 3rd, 3 runs score in the 1st. Hagen Reed now pops it up center field. And he's under it to make the grab.
Now hitting number 3, Bo Wall.
Now Bo Wall will step up. He doubled his last at-bat, walked his first. It was 1 for 1. First pitch to Bo Wall high, ball 1. And swung on, missed for strike 1.
Well, I tell you, this Cedar team, you give them a little bit of momentum and they just keep going at it, don't they?
They do. Fouled away. Now Bo Wall facing 1-2. Good contact. He rolls it into center right over second base for single.
Just a good piece of hitting that time. That was a breaking ball on the outer half, and he was strong enough to put the bat on the ball and lift it right through the middle. So
now Seth Wells steps up. He's 2 for 2. This is the part of the lineup right now that Desert Hills wants because these are the guys that have been hitting the ball.
Yeah, and Wells, he's been hot. 2 hits on the day.
Outside, ball 1.
If you're Desert Hills, this is where you might want to put the runner in motion and let Wells just go to work up there.
They check him over at first. He's down safe. Rips it foul. Good contact, but sends a foul.
Took that off-speed changeup and was way out ahead of it. Drilled it right down the left field corner there.
Kind of 1-1, 1 out, and a runner on first here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And got him swinging on that strike
had
two.
A lot of break, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
That one probably broke 6 to 8 inches. Would not be surprised to see that same pitch again.
That one's low.
Okay, maybe not.
You know, with 2 strikes, 1 ball, I don't mind him throwing something a little. You know, you got to be careful with the runner on first, but throw something different, something a little outside. It doesn't need to be right there. Play some mind games with him. Runner goes, and it's fouled away. Ooh, and that was a high pitch, too.
I like the aggressiveness, though, by the Thunder there, sending the runner wall. Because if Wells does put something in play, gets him out of the double play, or he can get an extra base out of it.
Center field. It's going to be caught, and it is.
Now hitting left fielder number 23, Landon Musgrave.
Brings up Landon Musgrave now, facing 2 outs and a runner on first. Again, Crew Giles out there made the 2 outs of the inning so far.
Oh, Musgrave, he's had a great day. I mean, he is 1 for 2 on the day, but he missed his first at bat a double by about 2 inches, and then his last at bat he roped one into right center. And again, wouldn't be surprised to see if they get Wall moving as Musgrave at the plate.
An inside pitch comes across, strike 1. Had a good curve to it. Runner goes, ball's outside, throw down at second, and he's there safe.
Nice job by Wall, just getting down there inside of the throw. Almost a pitch out, almost with a changeup. But Wall did a nice job getting under the tag. So now you got a runner in scoring position for Musgrave. If you can get a base hit, cut into this deficit.
Stolen base brought to you by Bay Equity Home Loans, and Jason Baum is.
There it is.
Musgrave sends one into center. That's going to bring a run around. He's trying for a home, and he will get there safely. But I was going to say Musgrave might end up in a pickle, but there's nobody back on first to cover him. So he trots right on back to first.
Yeah, he stays hot at the plate. He's been roping it all day long and helps cut into that lead.
Now hitting number 15, Harmon Skeen.
Now Harmon Skeen comes up. He's struggled at the plate today, 0 for 2. But they cut down the deficit by 1 more run.
Well, they really need Skeen to come through here as he popped up. Well, he flew out to center and popped up to the pitcher the last time at bat.
Yeah, that first pitch coming across in the corner of the zone for strike 1. Runner goes. He's going to get there easily.
Yeah, with the ball in the dirt like that, there's no way they would have got Musgrave. He got a great jump that time. Well, now Skeen with a base hit will score, could score Musgrave, cut into another run off that deficit.
Looking for a rally stop, 2-out rally here. So far they've got 1 run across. Another one low, and it's a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Hit, takes a hopper over to second. Bad hop over second base head. Musgrave's going to come around from second and score. It's an RBI single for Harmon Skeen.
Boy, that's a big at-bat for Steen. Got a little bit, the baseball gods are smiling on him a little bit.
Yeah, he took that good hop.
A little extra hop on that ball. But just like that, got a couple runs across now for the Thunder and cut into that lead now 11-7.
Corbin Thompson now stepping up into our Buck brand beef batter's box. He swings on a low one and misses for strike one. He's done that the last two at-bats, actually. The very first pitch, he's taken a couple low that he just wants. He wants that hit. He had his first at-bat where he got a single, and ever since he's swinging. And now he watches that one.
That right down the tube, that one.
He second guesses it, and now it goes fastball right down the pipe. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on first. Score 7-11. Cedar is leading this one. And got him. And that will wrap up the 5th inning. 6th inning coming up. The Reds again looking to extend this 11-7 lead here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit AdamsWealthAdvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on StGeorgeNews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at StGeorgeNews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
This cheesesteak is so freshly grilled, you could still hear it sizzling.
I can hear it too.
Me too.
Actually, it's the
Oh, cheesesteak?
grill.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
Welcome back in, everybody, here to the Boulevard home game of the week. The score is 11-7. The Reds are leading this one. They have been hitting really well since the 4th and 5th innings. In just the 4th and 5th innings alone, 10 runs have come across the score. It's now the 6th, top of the 6th, where they look to maybe extend that lead and push Desert Hills further behind. Now remember, this is game 2 of a best-of-3 series. If Desert Hills can come back and win this one, then they will claim their spot in the bracket play coming up next week, Monday at BYU. The winner of this matchup will be the leadoff game on Monday, 12:30 at BYU at Miller Park. So both of these teams right now fighting for that spot. Crew Giles, leadoff batter, takes a swing and a miss. Hoyt Atkin now the pitcher here for the Thunder as well. They brought in the lefty.
Giles had a rough start to this game. He struck out twice, popped up to the first baseman. Quickly down 0-2 in the count here at the top of the 6th inning.
One thing I can tell, the Cedar lineup, it's a lot of right-handed pitchers, and I don't know about, or right-handed batters, I should say, and I don't know about you, but it's tough to face a lefty pitcher sometimes if you're not used to that. And they struggled yesterday with Musgrave as a lefty, and now with Hoyt Atkin pitching quick 2 strikes. Got him looking for strike number 3.
Well, and he's got some late moving movement on that fastball, and I think that one started off inside and caught the inside corner. Just a nice, beautiful pitch that time to ring him up.
That strikeout brought to you by S&S Mechanical. You can call them today for their spring tune-up special.
Well, that brings up Callister, who he's kind of been the one that started things the last few innings for the Reds.
First pitch goes by for a ball. A little high. And Callister and Coden Lunt, those are your lefty batters.
Yeah, you got those two for the Reds and only Musgrave for the Thunder.
Yep. That one fouled away by Callister. It's a 2-1 count with 1 out. Low. 3-1. Here's the pitch. And caught him looking for strike 2. Full count now to Kyler Callister. Callister's last at bat doubled. Before that, he hit a single.
Yeah, he's kind of been the table setter for the Reds the last couple of innings.
And he walked him.
Now batting number 16, Coulter Bunnell.
Coulter Bunnell now will step up to the plate. He's walked his last at bat. Only Crew Giles is really the one batter struggling today at the plate for Cedar. Everybody else has been able to get on base in one way or another, or get a hit. That one just a little high.
Yeah, everybody else has gotten on, kind of played a key part in, the offensive outpouring today.
Yep, everybody else has got on, and the only one that hasn't scored is Jacob Boyer and Crew Giles. Those are the only two Cedar players that have not scored. And the pitch, swung on, missed. Kind of 1-1. Definitely a bright sunny day here at Thunder Field, 82 degrees. Not really any breeze at all either.
No, it's died down. That flag is laying still.
Got him looking for strike 2.
Caden, I just pulled up the bracket for next week with Bear River beating Pineview. They will play the number 1 seed Snow Canyon at 3 o'clock on Monday. And the winner of this series,
they'll play the winner of Mountain Crest Logan.
And that'll be at 12:30, as you mentioned earlier.
And we're going to assume that's Mountain Crest. Mountain Crest has taken the early lead in that series, and Logan has yet to win a game all season. So we'll just assume that Mountain Crest will be the team to move on. If Logan can prove them otherwise, that would be crazy. Yeah. But it would be some fun baseball. Pops this one up, heading out of play. It's gone.
Get out.
By just about a foot over the wall on the first base side. So now staying alive at a 2-2 count here for Coulter Bunnell. Hoyt delivers and it's fouled away. Good at bat right now by Bunnell to be able to stay alive here with the 2-2 count. Fouled away a couple. And the pitch inside. Got him
That's
looking.
a late movement again on that inside fastball, and Bunnell just didn't think it was a strike, but again, he's hanging halfway over that plate. And
yeah, that's there's pros and cons. I don't know back in your baseball days where you would stand, or where when the kids get older where you're telling them to stand, but some of these guys that crowd the plate, it's like, hey, you are sacrificing those inside pitches being called strikes. This one hit. Bo Wall makes the catch in foul territory for out number 3. And that might be a saving grace right now for the Thunder to keep it scoreless here in the 6th inning for the Reds, but the Reds still holding on to a 4-run lead. It's 11-7 here on the Fan Sports Network.
First Ace Hardware is conveniently located in St. George on the corner of Bluff Street and St. George Boulevard with 30,000 square feet of lawn and garden, paint, tools, fabrics, sporting goods, and the most complete nut and bolt section in town. First General Store, the Big Ace store on Bluff and on Main in Cedar City.
Did you know that St. George News has a new app? Download the St. George News app today and stay up to date on everything happening in Southern Utah. Get instant notifications on news, weather, sports, and more. Download the app today and get your local news now.
As a local business owner, it's important to get the word out about your business. More people equals more revenue for you. Get your business in front of over 160,000 people in Southern Utah each week with St. George News. Contact St. George News today.
Jace Fillmore will lead off here for Desert Hills as we get underway with the bottom of the 6th inning. The Thunder are looking to put on at least 4 runs here to even it back out. They got 2 innings to do so. The Reds, though, are sitting in a good spot as that first one swung on a miss by Jace Fillmore.
Jace hit by a pitch in the first inning, then he's flown out a couple times.
He sends this one rocketing into center field. Briggs gets under it. Or excuse me, I believe that was Giles.
Hitting number 2, Cole DeCastro.
Now Cole DeCastro will step back up. Fillmore's got to be feeling a little rough out there. He's been able to get contact on every single hit. Flew out to right, now flew out to center.
Well, he's consistently getting the bat on the ball. Just
getting
right
bat
on
ball. First pitch to DeCastro, strike. On the line to right field, Briggs makes the play.
That's the right fielder, Riggs. He's had a spectacular game.
Now hitting number 5, Kyler Terry.
For Desert Hills, you're down to your last 4 outs here.
You are. So this is Kyler Terry now stepping up. Last time this part of the batting order was faced, it was 3 up, 3 down. So far, 2 up, 2 down. Third batter now facing an early count 1-0.
Well, and we haven't seen this first 3 batters of the lineup really come through in this early part of this game so far.
No, I mean, through the first inning, they were all right, but so far, I mean, even for Kyler Terry, had a pop up to second, and again another pop up, throws the bat down in frustration. It's heading out towards foul territory.
What a catch, Caden.
Oh man, and he makes the catch. Briggs.
My goodness.
Running.
There's your defensive play of the game right there. A sliding grab by Riggs out there in right field.
And that's Payson Briggs, man, he's just all over the place. That's got to be an early contender now. Should I say late contender at this point of the ball game?
Yeah.
For our Morgan Pest Control defensive play of the game. So, well, that was a quick 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 7th inning here on the Fan Sports Network. Stick around.
Inspired design. Ultra quiet operation. To you, it's a Bryant Evolution cooling system. To us, it's the ultimate machine.
All set.
For the dealer nearest you, visit Bryant.com.
LLC NMLS 76988 and 1.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for
City is proud to support Region 10 athletics. Rally Stop
Inspired design. Ultra.
I'm Aaron Crane, host of the Region 10 Recap. Want to relive the highlights of the game? Look for the Region 10 Recap every week. Just follow St. George News on Facebook or go to stgeorgenews.com.
Game does close out here and Cedar stays on top. Then we'll be back in action probably around 4 for game number 3 of this series as Jackson Burgess up to bat takes the first one swinging for strike 1.
Yeah, Burgess last at bat, he singled up the middle and brought in a run.
And swings about the same pitch, an outside fastball, strike 2. You know what's crazy from our angle right here, right behind home plate, he's right about in line with it, but it stays far enough outside, the bat's just not reaching it.
Yeah.
Pops one up. Third base and shortstop getting over there. Cole DeCastro will make the play.
Nice job by DeCastro calling off the third baseman there, Terry, so there isn't any collision. Made a nice play for the first out.
To bring up Quaid Mackert. Quaid is last at bat. Solid double.
Yeah, he didn't want to be outdone by the younger brother.
Yeah. Hey, well, you know what? That double brought around 3 runs. First one swinging for strike 1. And Gavin Mackert as well is having a great day. Well hit left field. Musgrave comes in on it. He'll make the play. So 2 up, 2 down so far.
Well, if you're Desert Hills, this is exactly what you wanted, is a quick, couple outs to top of the 7th so they can get in the dugout and try to rally to win this one in the bottom of the 7th.
Now Gavin Mackert steps up. Again, he's been able to make contact with every at-bat. First pitch is outside.
Yeah, we've talked about this earlier. Mackert, he's stung the ball every time he's been up there.
Kind of a half swing there. He knew it was heading down on him. I think he saw the break as the bat was coming around and he put the brakes on. And
he was like, I don't know if I want to swing.
Yeah, it was one of those where it's like, you're too far around at that point. Just finish the swing. Got him swinging another time. Yeah, another curve. And this is Hoyt Atkin on the mound, and he does have some pretty decent control. Again, another one of these lefty pitchers here for the Thunder. And the pitch, swung on, missed, strike 3. So the Thunder stay alive with 3 up, 3 down. They need 4 runs to tie it back up, maybe send this one into extra innings. And bottom of the 7th, coming up next here on the Fan Sports Network.
We are Utah's financial outfitter, and we're here when it's time for your business to climb higher. Cache Valley Bank, mountains await. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, it's Sheldon Demke. Check out the latest episode of What's on the Menu, a behind-the-scenes tour of local restaurants. We'll see some of their favorite dishes and get an inside look on how these dishes are prepared. Check out this week's episode at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab.
Adams Wealth Advisory is a financial planning firm that is combined with an investment firm to provide the best possible outcomes for our clients.
I always believe if you're intentional with your financial plan, things are going to work out really well for you.
Visit adamswealthadvisors.com or call 752-1702 to schedule a time with an advisor today.
Check out this week's edition of TGIF on stgeorgenews.com. TGIF is your weekend adventure guide to all the fun and exciting things going on in southern Utah this weekend. Find this week's edition at stgeorgenews.com and click the shows on the menu tab. Have a blast this weekend.
Welcome back here to Thunder Field, where the Reds lead 11-7. The Thunder here in the bottom of the 7th have a chance to come back, but 3 outs and this game is over and done with. We'll be even at 1 apiece. So we'll see what happens. So this is a very important inning right here.
Well, this is part of the batting order where Desert Hills has been able to execute today. So maybe they can get some things rolling here and make things interesting.
Now, leading off for the Thunder will be Hagen Reed. He struggled his last 2 at-bats. Hit a single his first at-bat. He's moved on over to second base when Fillmore was pitching.
New pitcher for the Reds, number 14, Parker Johnson.
Boy, that first pitch was a slider, and it was just off the knees for ball 1. Cedar fans were wanting that call.
That one low and in the dirt for ball 2. And good eyes by Hagen Reed here.
Boy, if anything, you'd love to get that first guy on, you know, make him throw out of the stretch.
And he's facing now a 3-0 count. This new pitcher, Parker Johnson, comes in, and so far a bit of a struggle here in the 7th.
Oh, Reed, he's way ahead in the count here. He should be sitting.
Yeah, just let it go. And it's right down the pipe, fastball, and that's what you would have expected from Johnson. Yep. Just get back into the count.
You got to make him throw a strike before you know, swing at anything.
Send it just foul, and it'll be a full count now for Hagen Reed.
Boy, that skipped by about 4 or 5 inches to spare. He would have had a double.
And the pitch, it's in the dirt. Yeah, well outside. Johnson kind of spiking that one. Tough break for the new pitcher coming in. Sends a runner over to first, and if you're the Thunder, that's what you want. No outs, runner on first. Yeah, that's a great spot to be.
Take it one bat at a time, and Walt's been, you know, he's been on 3 times today. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, Bo Wall batting 1,000 right now through the day. So you'll take that, especially right now when you need some hits.
Well, and if you're Cedar, you just want Johnson to throw strikes, not really worry about, you got a 4-run lead about that guy on first. Just work on getting 1 out at a time, and that should be the main focus right now.
Pitch is low. One out count here to Bo Wall. Got it in there, strike 1.
Nice soft speed pitch there.
Just painting that bottom edge of the zone. Look at that runner over on first, and ball gets away, but he stays there. He doesn't want to take off. It didn't go too far out of play for first base to get back and cover it.
Ball just trickled about 10 feet away from first base. If it gone any further, he probably would have had a chance. Yeah. But
Coden Lunt was on top of it. He hopped over there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Swung on a low one there, missed. 1-2 count now to Bo Wall.
Well, that was that slider that time by Thompson. Really nice spot. He started it out at the knees and it broke down to his ankles.
Inside, counts even at 2. You hear the groan from the Cedar side of things, like, ooh, it's a little close. And it was close.
It was real close. It started off just almost at his hip, and it broke in just a little too late, though.
So again, count of 2-2. The score's 11-7. The Reds are leading this. Here in the bottom of the 7th. Runner on first, no outs. Wall hits one, gets it in the gap. That's going to bring a run around from second over to third, and instead he puts on the brakes. Go. So it's a single, and it pushes the runner to second.
Wells.
He stays hot, still batting 1,000, Bo Wall.
Oh, this is perfectly set up right now with Wells coming to bat. I mean, he's 2 for 3 on the day. Do you sacrifice an out to move guys into scoring position?
I don't know if I do. When you need 4 runs to score, you got to get some guys around, you know. Strike. Great pitch by Johnson. Low and away. 1-1 count here to Seth Wells.
Wells giving an extra long look down there at coach. I'm wondering if he might have something on here, a little hit and run or something that way.
Ball's away, runner goes. They'll end up on second and third easily.
Boy, that's a big break if you're a Thunder fan. That advances both runners into scoring position, just going off the catcher's glove there. So now a single will score 2 in all likelihood.
That pitch pulled foul by Seth Wells, and he'll stay alive with 1-2 count, or excuse me, a 2-2 count. Runners on second and third, no outs. Pops this one up foul. Could have maybe had himself a full count there. He hit that one off the handle.
Yeah. Looks like he might have swung a ball 4 or ball 3, like you said.
Yeah. Another one inside. He'll let that one go.
Boy, again, that one's just missing the inside corner, but he's starting it off again, almost 6 inches inside, and it's breaking about 4, so it's just missing.
And the pitch on a full count. It's popped up. That'll tag up a runner maybe. And he'll go for it. The throw down. He's safe.
That's a great slide that time by Terry.
So a sacrifice.
Now hitting number 23, Landon.
That was Hagen Reed that came across.
Well, Musgrave hit the ball on the squarely, you know, all of the bats today, so he's been seeing it really well.
Yeah. It's 11-8 ball game. Musgrave represents number 10 if they can get it, and then on deck right now is Harmon Skeen. He could be that tying run. We'll see what happens here with Musgrave. Ball goes by, and a runner will advance to third. So Musgrave now with a 1-0 count and a runner on third. Again, if he hits the ball as he has been in the last few at-bats, that could bring in score number 9 for the Thunder, maybe tighten up that 11-8 gap that currently sits on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's in a prime spot right here. Doesn't want to throw a ball in the dirt. There's a shot,
rocks one center field.
It's tailing away.
Going back at bottom of the wall. It's a double. It'll be an RBI double.
Boy, that was a rocket, too.
Fired up out there, too.
And just like that, they've now cut the lead in half with a runner in scoring position with only 1 out.
Tying run stepping up to the plate right now in Harmon Skeen. That momentum starting to shift. And a conference going on with the infield for the Reds. And the Thunder's starting to get a little bit of a rally going. They're thinking, hey, we can hit this guy. It's a new pitcher, and we're good with this one. We can hit this one.
Well, he's had a little bit of control problems trying to hit the zone. We've got a few pass balls, which have helped the runners advance. And, you know, anytime you give up a free bag, it usually comes back to haunt you. And here it has this bottom half of the 7th inning.
Now hitting number 15.
Now 11-9. Skeen up to bat, and he's 1 for 3 on the day. Base hit right here will make it a 1-run ball game. Boy, Musgrave hit that one on the nose.
First pitch, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Yeah, he hit that right in the perfect spot. I mean, he hit that.
Hit the left center gap, and it just was tailing away from the center fielder. He had no chance of getting it.
Yeah, he hit that one about 330 feet or more.
Yeah. There's a shot
in
there.
The gap. That bring around Musgrave. They're going to tell him to stop. He'll put on the brakes and head back to third.
Oh, I'm
probably
shocked.
for the best, because he could have been tagged out at home with that one.
Yeah, I'm
That's
shocked
a great
Skeen
throw.
didn't go down to second on that throw. Would have had the tying run in scoring position.
Well, now the tying run is on third.
Now hitting
Corbin Thompson up to bat. As mentioned, 1 out.
Well, Skeen, he's woken up the bat there. Last 2 at bats, singled.
We got ourselves a ball game here. Corbin Thompson now, he represents the winning run.
Might have ourselves a little walk-off here.
Yeah, maybe. In there, strike 1. He's throwing that first pitch as a fastball down the middle. He just wants to get an early strike on the board.
He's trying to get ahead of the batters, and if you're Desert Hills, that's 3 batters in a row that they've done that.
And I don't blame him. I mean, if I'm the pitcher, I'm considering doing the same. Gonna send up a speed-up runner.
Yeah, in for Skeen. Well, ever since that first hit that Thompson got in the first inning, he struck out a couple times, so a little over-aggressive up there at the plate.
Yeah, now facing a count of 0-1. And make that 0-2. Watch 2 go by. You don't like to see that. But good pitching right now from Johnson. Outside.
That's a great pitch, though. He dropped down 3/4 arms and almost sidearmed it in there, but threw a breaking ball trying to get Thompson to go fishing on it.
Runner goes. They'll let him go.
Oh, wow. I thought that might have caught the inside corner. That was close.
Instead, now he's facing a 2-2 count and a runner on second.
Boy, now a base hit. Wills could score the tying run with the runners at second and third.
Pops it up, and I believe it's out of play. Yep. Stays alive with the 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he's
Got
hit.
him.
Bases are loaded.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. You're ahead of the count like that.
Number 21.
You just hate to see that happen from a pitching standpoint, you know, when you work so hard to get ahead in the count. And
wow.
Now the winning run is on first base.
And again, a tying run on second, you know, a base hit with only 1 out. Any of the next 2 batters up can hit a base hit and send this thing to extra innings, potentially win the game. We might see ourselves a walk-off.
Thunder number 4, Cooper Club.
Cedar trying to hold on to this one. They gotta do everything they can,
aren't they?
Yeah.
Fillmore, he's struggled, as we mentioned. He's the one Desert Hills batter that struggled today.
Oh, inside edge, strike 1. Again, like we've said, he likes blowing him past it right there for strike. And I don't know if coach is telling him not to swing. They're looking for a pass ball, maybe. I don't know. And little bouncer that's just foul.
Wow, that was inches too.
And that's one of those that that ball's rolling all the way back to the back corner. That could have been a game winner on just a little blooper.
Yeah, that could have scored a winning run on that one because it would just kept rolling and rolling.
Yeah.
0-2 now on Fillmore.
Big pitcher from Johnson. Outside. Now it counts 1-2. 1 out, bases loaded. Desert Hills trailing 11-9 here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. 2-2 count. Man, we've got ourselves a ball game, huh?
Well, we knew it was going to come down to this. So it's just it wouldn't be a Cedar, Desert Hills.
It wouldn't be a super regional.
Super regional if it didn't, you know.
And he sends this one high. I expect a runner's tag up here. And he goes. So 1 run will score, but now 2 outs. Runners stayed on first and second.
Now hitting number 2, Cole DeCastro.
It's a 1-run game, 2 outs. Cole DeCastro, if he gets this one in play, could be tying this game up. But an out here, this is very similar to where we were last night. A 1-run ball game, 2 outs.
Well, Caden Cole is 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. This is one big spot. As we know, he big part of their team last year, big part of this year's team.
Oh, and the ball's past him. Runners are going to advance. He doesn't even know where it is.
Find it. Pitcher had to yell at him, tell him where it's at, and just like that, the winning run is now at second base.
Yeah, that's a game changer now, because if DeCastro can send one into a gap, that's a game winner. DeCastro with a 1-0 count. It's low, 2-0.
Wow, this is a hitter's count right here. You know, the pitcher doesn't want to go down 3-0, so I'd be sitting dead right on a fastball right here if I was Cole.
Who swings at it. Yeah, and that was a low pitch. He could have been facing a 3-0 count, I think, on that one.
Yeah. Might have been a little over aggressive there.
Yeah. All swung on. 2-2 count.
Now that's a great pitch right there. He kept that one low at the knees and then just had a slider break off the outside part. That's a hard pitch to hit. You got to go to right field with that. Or otherwise you can't hit it.
2-2 count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And it struck him out. That's the ball game. Wow, after the comeback, puts it in position to where the Thunder potentially could have won this ball game. And instead, that's the end of it. 3 outs, Cedar wins.
Well, similar to last year, Caden, where we had a comeback in the latter innings. This time, Desert Hills was the team that was behind, only to come up just short with the winning run on second and third base.
Yeah.
And we got what we thought we might get, and that's a gritty, grinded-out kind of ball game. And now we go to Game 3.
We go to Game 3. The score here, 11-10, where Desert Hills falls to the Cedar Reds, and the Reds stay alive to live another day. We'll see if they can make something happen in Game 3. Now we will be back for Game 3. I'm going to assume probably around 4 o'clock. Maybe 4:30. They might give him a half hour to an hour. We'll see. So just stay tuned right here to the Fan Sports Network for this one. Real quick, as we are in the Johnson Pediatrics post-game show, we'll hand out a couple of quick awards, and then we'll step aside to our regularly scheduled programming and be back for more baseball this afternoon. So as we get into it, we talk a defensive play of the game. I'm giving it to that sliding catch coming out of right field from Briggs. He just booked it on over there and was able to make that grab. It was a great play.
Well, and it was an unbelievable play, and he got the leather right as the ball was about to hit the grass, and sliding just made it even look that much more cooler. That was just a great play by Riggs out there in right field.
Yeah, and then let's talk about our Jersey Mike's sub of the game. Probably ought to just go with Johnson for closing out. You know, I know that he struggled there. He had some runs come across, but that's a tough position to be in. He got the last strikeout, though. Yep. He struck out the last batter. And in a high-pressure situation where you've already allowed some in, the winning run, the tying run was on third. The winning run is on second. When you have those guys standing behind you on those bags, it's a tough position to be in. He took the pressure. He dealt with it, pitched that strikeout to close out the game.
Well, he really focused into, you know, he knew that it was pretty much crunch time, and he came through with some big pitches, well-located spots, too, to get that final out.
And then let's go to our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game. Do you have any that you'd consider being a play of the game? I feel like there's a couple. I would probably say the double from Quade Mackert that brought 3 runs around and really opened up this ball game for the Reds.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest one. I mean, there's a couple others we could have picked out, but that's the big one that scored those 3 runs, like you mentioned, kind of opened the gap for the Reds to seal the victory. And so, yeah, let's go with Caden Mackert's rope double to left center field to bring in those 3 runs as the AWP performance player of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, and then do we have a straight up just player of the game? Who's the one person that you feel like did it all today?
Boy,
there's a few guys.
You know, I look at Boyer, you know, number 9 hitter in their lineup, who really, he got up a few times, but he went 2 for 3, got 2 big hits.
Yep.
I thought he really did a great job. You could go with Riggs out in right field. He probably had 8 outs or 9 outs throughout the day.
He was phenomenal out there.
He was great.
Covered a lot of ground. Yeah,
I mean, you could go, or Mackert too, the Mackert brothers. You could
both
go with
Mackerts,
one of those.
Yeah, I think there's a lot. I might go with. I might say Payson Briggs. I like that. I think just because of his defensive game that he played out there, was able to really cover a lot of ground, and was able to come around and score one time this game as well. So. Yeah, I like that idea. So,
good call.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to step aside, and we will be back for more baseball later this afternoon. When we hear more, we'll get links and stuff posted on our website so you can watch the game. But should be back here shortly, maybe within about the next half hour to an hour. So just keep it dialed in here to the Fan Sports Network. Listen on 99.5 or 95.3 in St. George. If you're in Cedar, you can listen on 93.1. And, of course, keep updated with the fansportsnetwork.com. More to come. But in the meantime, we will step aside to our regularly scheduled national programming here on the Fan Sports Network.